A rasping breath stirs in your throat, but it is purely reflex. You no longer need the air you inhale. Your bones grind and crack with unnatural stiffness as you push yourself upright from the cold stone floor. In the half-light of flickering torches, you take in your surroundings. Coarse walls of damp stone, broken cobwebs swaying with each shallow draft, and the stale, clinging scent of death. You are in a crypt perched high above Tirisful Glades, a place whispered of as the Shadow Grave. Your mind feels strangely void, haunted by faint impressions rather than memories. A dull ache at the base of your skull tells you there was once a time when your heart would pound with fear or exhilaration. But now your chest is a silent cavern. No heartbeat, only the ragged flutter of rotted flesh and sinew that clings in tatters to your exposed bones. Each step you take resonates through your body with a macabre creak, as if testing whether you can truly move under your own will. Dim torchlight glances off puddles in the stone floor, revealing fragments of yourself as you pass. A glimpse of pale, peeling skin sliding from one forearm, a flicker of bone where your wrist meets your hand. You know, in some distant, instinctual corner of your mind, that this body was not always like this. Yet the details of your former life lie coiled in the blackness of your memory, untouchable for now. An exit ahead stands partially ajar, leading into a narrow passage. At times, you pick up echoes, perhaps of distant footsteps or hushed voices, but you cannot decipher whether they are real or conjured by the newborn confusion within your mind. You press on, the voice of some sliver of self-preservation urging you forward. Slowly, you begin to piece together that you are not simply dead, but something else entirely. Forsaken. Memory stirs, if only vaguely, telling you that beyond these walls lies Deathnell, a small settlement among the Tirisful Glades mountains. You sense that outside this crypt, the gloom of a forsaken land stretches on, layered with graves and sorrowful remnants of what once was. You straighten, or try to, leaning on a decaying column as you adjust to the new equilibrium of your undead form. Your worn leather attire, perhaps once the garb of a rogue, hangs tattered around you, reeking of earth and old corruption. A pair of daggers rests at your belt, their blades dulled and tarnished by the crypt's damp environment. Some quiet part of you understands their use, instinctively, as if that knowledge were etched into your bones even when life had fled. No names or faces come to mind, only an unshakable truth. You were once bound by a power that no longer holds you. A fleeting image of the Lich King flickers, then dissolves into the darkness. You flex your fingers, testing your agency in this new existence. Each movement reaffirms that you belong neither to the living nor to the mindless ranks that once marched under a dread master. With halting resolve, you take a final glance at the crypt's stone walls, then step out into a fog-shrouded graveyard. A chill wind rattles the towering pine trees overhead, their needles swaying in a perpetual twilight that seems to smother any hint of daylight. The air reeks of damp earth and decay, settling over the weathered headstones like a shroud. Amid the swirling haze, your gaze catches on a single lantern glimmering in the distance. Its light reveals the gaunt silhouette of another forsaken figure, crouching among the graves, half obscured by drifting mist. Who is this stranger, and what lies beyond? Your newly awakened mind churns with questions, but one certainty drives you onward. Whatever your past, you have returned to the land of the unliving, and the first steps into this grim new chapter begin here, among the graves of Deathnell.